Hey there! Welcome to Everyday Glow. I am Alene,
And this is Sangita.
and we are on a mission to make wellness a journey, not a destination.
As a coach, I have had the privilege of helping my clients through where they are and where they want to be.
As a working mom, I found my glow by researching the facts and myths of the wellness industry and making solutions applicable to real, busy family life.
Together, we are going to make wellness totally doable and sparkle.
So turn up the volume, tune out the negativity, and let's glow.
I own 3 Medi spots, and then I just opened Total Health. So some of the things cross over, but I opened it because it was a space that I could do more wellness and functional medicine, whereas I feel like the Medi spot was a lot of the outside in, and I felt like I really wanted to have a venue where I could encourage people or teach people how to be healthier from the inside out. And so we launched our Total Health program from the Medi Spa first.
You know, I have tried so many energy drinks and pre-workouts over the years, but I've always been disappointed with the jittery side effects, the crash afterwards, and reading all these ingredients that I didn't even recognize, let alone could pronounce. That's why I'm excited to share W with you today. W was created by one man in his apartment on a mission to put an end to jittery side effects and unclean filler ingredients that dominate the energy market right now. W is clean, effective, and made with purpose. My favorite flavor is the Galaxy Grenade. It is watermelon, guava, and lime. That's what it looks like. I've used up my whole tub already, so I only have this sample packet left. But at least I have that. It's on its way. But the best part about all of this is that when you visit www.w.gg to start shopping for your W favorites, use code GLOWGANG, GLOWGANG at checkout and get 10% off on Glow. So if you are ready to fuel your glow with clean energy that feels good and doesn't leave you crashing, join me and make the switch to W.
What is your name?
I'm Dr. Kiri Brandy.
Wonderful. What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is brown.
Really?
Probably because I'm a redhead and you can't wear a lot of bright colors.
That is fair, but it also makes sense with your outfit, which, by the way, is stunning.
Thank you.
Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee, 100%.
Yeah, me too. What motivates you?
I think I was born motivated. I've always just been someone, even in high school, that was up at 5 o'clock in the morning and like just going. It must be something my mother passed on to me because I don't know anything else other than living my life that way.
That's awesome. It doesn't like stress you out. It doesn't make you feel anxious, like always trying to achieve something.
No, because like for me, I think not doing stuff all the time, not
That's
going.
what makes
that,
you anxious.
That stresses me out because there's
Things
just so much to do in
Yeah.
life and so much to see. And like before I realized how important sleep was, I think I was always like, sleep is a waste of time. If I could sleep 2 hours a day,
Exactly.
I was like, there's never enough time in the day. But yeah, I think it stresses me out more not to be motivated than to think about how I'm going to be motivated.
That's me. I am the person that feels like if I could live on 2 hours of sleep, I absolutely would. She is, I wish I could sleep all the time.
And the thing is, when you're young, it works that way. But as you get older, you realize sleep is like when the body resets and
Yeah.
things like that. So I've actually tried to change my life. Like probably my New Year's resolution every single year for the past 5 years has been get
How
more
many
sleep.
hours do you usually sleep right now?
So prior to my journey into knowing what's best for my body, 4 or 5 hours was like good for me. But now I consciously try to get, and knowing that my goal should be more like 7.
Yeah. Yep. I am normally around the 6 to 7 range every night.
I sleep from 9 p.m. until 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's when the body resets.
Love it.
I know. I wish I could do that more. I just know with my lifestyle, I can't. But on the weekends and when I have time, I really do try to prioritize that.
Nice. Who is one person you admire and why?
Oh, one person. Definitely my mom. I think that she's really my whole life been like my biggest cheerleader and stuff like that. She's proud of me, but yet it's not that good isn't enough, but you can always do better. But yet she's the person that would forgive me if anything went wrong, or would always continue to be like, it's okay. She's tough love, but in a good way. So I definitely admire her a lot. I'm one of 7 kids. So she was a working mom that raised 7 kids. She's almost 80 years old, and she's still working full time and taking care of us. And she's who cooked Thanksgiving dinner for all of us. She's someone who has lived her life to the fullest, and I hope to do that in my life also.
Oh my gosh, that's an awesome answer. I want to be your mom.
It wasn't always good. She sees me as lazy sometimes, and I'm like, Mom, I am not lazy.
What is your favorite food?
The funny thing is, I really don't like food at all. I don't like to eat. I feel like I eat because I'm supposed to eat. I've never been a person that actually likes food. So my husband always makes fun of me because he loves to go out to dinner. He loves to cook. And I think that makes it easier for me with nutrition, because I know that you should eat these certain things and you have to get this much protein. And so it doesn't make me fall back on, oh, but then I can't eat this, because I don't really like food that much. I guess if you had to say one thing that I love, I think it would be apple pie, but I haven't had it in a long time. So even with Thanksgiving, I didn't have apple pie. So I try to really eat a lot of unprocessed stuff. I try my whole day, or what I'm going to eat is focused mostly around protein, how I'm going to get enough protein in the day. Like all of my meals I try to meal plan every Sunday. All my friends know I usually do like a video on my Instagram. I'm usually like in some workout outfit, and there's like mayhem in the background. The kids are running, dogs are running, everyone. And so, because if I don't do it that way, then I don't eat. Or I pick something that's not really great for me, like health-wise, and it's just because it's there and it's fast.
Yes.
So I think maybe not my favorite food, my favorite way of eating is meal prepping every Sunday, and knowing that we're using unprocessed foods. I try to buy as much as I can from the co-op or Nature Storehouse, or we happen to be in Syracuse at Wegmans or something like that, or Trader Joe's. And then meal prepping for the whole week. I leave my house at 30 in the morning, and sometimes I'm not home till 10 o'clock at night. So all those 3 meals have to be ready, or I'm not going to hit my goals.
I'm proud of you.
It doesn't always work every week, but I do try very hard.
So before you were this amazing general surgeon and businesswoman, what was your first job?
My first job was camp counselor, and I loved it. It was probably one of my most favorite jobs ever. I had the little kids, they're called fleas. They were the 4-year-olds.
Oh.
And it was just a summer job because I was in high school. And it was a sports camp, and I was like very into sports and stuff like that. But it was also about time management, because if you've ever taken care of 12 4-year-olds that their parents send them off to camp because like they want to run around and everything like that, and everybody else had their little kids in the camp counselor, and they had them all organized and sit in a circle. My kids were like running all over the place, and I was like, I had to think of things and constantly keep them entertained and not have them lose all of their underwear and socks when they changed to go swimming. So it was very kind of time management, but it was fun. And it was a great boss. It was a family oriented. It's called Sports Full Day Camp. It's not around anymore, but it was just a good group of people, and I just liked working with the kids. How many kids did I have at one time? I probably had 10 or 12 4-year-olds. Yeah.
Wow.
And sometimes they would give me a junior counselor. They were tough. And I was
a schooler.
Yeah, I was like, why can't I get the 8-year-old girls and we could play soccer or kickball? I tried to play a kickball game with 4-year-olds. They don't even run the bases the right way. You know, they didn't understand you can't whip the ball at the other kid's head. So it was a lot of
fun.
But they were fun. They play a lot of jokes on me. I'm deathly afraid of frogs. And I don't know how many times a week they would find frogs. And they were like they would put them in my lunch. They would put them in my locker. They would put them in my sweat. They were horrible. If any of them were listening, they probably remember that.
What is a skill that you've always wanted to learn?
Playing the piano. I've always wanted to learn to play the piano. And I actually have a keyboard that I bought myself. One of the girls I work with actually bought me little stickers you stick on the keys, because I think the thing that's preventing me from just starting is I can't read music. So to learn how to read music and play the piano seems like a daunting task. Plus, there's not a lot of places here that you can take piano lessons.
Right.
So it's something I'm probably going to have to teach myself, but somewhere in the next 5 years, I will learn to play the piano.
Good for you. Oh my gosh, I can't read music either, and I've always liked to sing, so that's tough for me. What is a fitness goal that you haven't reached yet?
I think, for me, it's always about muscle mass. I track my muscle mass a lot with a lot of the strength training that I do. And so I feel like when I look at some of the numbers on the machine, I'm like, oh, I can do better. I want more. I think as you get older, it's very hard to gain muscle mass. And so for me, if I'm consistent and if I hit my protein goals with what I'm eating, then I can see those numbers go up, because I know for me, that's what's related to longevity. And when people are older and they fall and break their hip and then they have to get back into rehab, it's all about how much muscle mass you have. So that's probably a goal for me, to just continually increase that muscle mass.
Awesome. Maybe that is your answer to the next question. But how do you know when you're glowing? Is it when you put on that muscle mass?
So yes and no. I think for me, the glowing in my face and stuff like that, a lot of times the girls at the Medi Spa help me with that. Whenever I come in there and I get my little dermaplane and laser, I always come out glowing, and they know that's probably one of my favorite services. But I think it's more about good sleep and lack of stress for me. I think when I've had a really hard call week as a general surgeon and I haven't gotten a lot of sleep, I know when I come into work, everybody's, oh, you're tired, and stuff like that. And so I think when I've rested and had a week where I'm not stressed, then I think that's when I glow the most.
That's a great answer. I love that. Who had the biggest influence on your wellness journey?
Oh, goodness. The biggest influence, probably the supporters in my life, in terms of allowing me, like, I can only do these things that I do at the Medi Spa and the new building that I opened up because of the team that's under me. Like, they pick up the slack and allow me to have the insight to come up with new ideas, knowing that even though they sound like, oh my God, where am I going to find time to do this? Where am I going to find time to open up this? Where am I going to find time to introduce this new service? Like, I've got an amazing manager, Jennifer, that just picks up all the slack and listens to all my crazy ideas and is like, how are we going to make this work? And just is, okay, I'm going to help you. And then I also have someone that works with me in general surgery, and she's like, just protects me in terms of knowing like what I can take on and what I can't. And then the nurses and PAs and nurse practitioners and estheticians that work under me, they pick up all the slack. So I'm just like the brains behind it, and often like the motivational keep going, but they jump on my vision and make it happen. So without them, I wouldn't be able to do this without the team of women that work under me.
Teamwork.
Yeah, it really is. When I open a new place in like Malone or Plattsburgh, I'm not there a whole lot. But the girls that work under me, like, they know my aura, they know my vision, and they just keep carrying it through. So I would not be able to do it without them.
That's awesome. This next part I'm going to cut out. But I actually visited your office in, I think it's in Canton. It's like your surgery office.
Okay, yep.
A few months ago. Do you remember when I went? Anyway, I took my baby with me.
Yeah.
He's 6 months old now. He was probably 3 months old then. And it's because pregnancy caused a lot of issues with varicose veins. So they told me, like, you have to have surgery on both your legs. And I was so impressed by how personalized everything was when I went, and how thorough, like, the questioning and everything was. But when I got there, they immediately put me in a room so that I could change him, feed him, all that stuff. They were like, you can stay as long as you need to. Don't worry, because he started to get a little fussy. And they were like, we love to see babies. We don't get to see them very often. But everyone was just so kind.
Oh, that makes me so. Did you see Allison? Was she a redhead?
Yeah.
So she's one of the PAs that works with me at the Medi Spa. She's the gut health girl. And she is amazing. And I love Allison. Allison has worked with me since I started. I brought her with me from Ogdensburg when I came, because her and I are like the functional medicine girls. And Allison gets it. And she's real, and I love her, and I'm so glad you saw her, because she's one of the girls that work under me that is exactly what I'm talking about.
That's awesome. But yeah, I had a super good experience.
Oh, that's good. You don't always have that in medicine.
What does success mean to you?
So I think success for me means like coming close to achieving my dreams. So like this place that I just opened in Canton, I have dreamed of opening a wellness place forever. Like ever since I started in surgery and started the Medi Spa, like I've always wanted more of a wellness place. Actually, when I opened the Medi Spa in Potsdam, I named it the Laser and Wellness Center. It's the Medi Spa St. Lawrence Surgery Laser and Wellness Center. And it was because I knew someday that I wanted wellness to be a part of it, because I feel like even just with surgery, how you heal from surgery, how healthy you are, even all the cosmetic stuff that we do, it doesn't work if you're not healthy from the inside out. So I knew that I wanted that. I just didn't know, one, would it be popular in St. Lawrence County? How would I do it? Would it be something people would pay for out of pocket? So it's been like probably like for me like 10 years in the making as part of this journey. But that is definitely, of all the things that I do, that's probably my passion. I feel like I've spent years trying to figure out how to make people healthier. And I just want to share it with people. I just want it to be easy for people to access and for people to let me do all the millions of hours of research on the internet and reading articles and trying things out and going to conferences and trying to bring back the stuff that works and is the most feasible and financially affordable for people.
That is so awesome. That aligns so much with everyone that has asked us, why are you guys doing this? We always say, because I've always been a very busy person, like how I thrive. And I know I've put a lot of research into coming up with my own routines that works for me and figuring out like what in the wellness industry is real, what is like misinformation, what's a scam, whatever. And sharing that information and making it more accessible so that people can apply it to their own life and make it usable. And then we all get to create better health as individuals and as a society. That's just such a huge goal.
And it's hard because it's like, for me, like I know a lot of the things that work, but some people are just not ready yet. You know what I mean? And so it's, oh, we have this great service. Why wouldn't there be a million people using it? Because I know it works. The studies are out there and the literature is out there and it's all over the news and the internet. We know it works, but why aren't more people using it? And it's been a hard thing for me to swallow, is knowing that people are like on their own journeys and they're only ready to do stuff to like make them healthier when they're ready, you know?
Yeah.
And so you just have to like, when they are ready, welcome them and try to encourage them and help them be accountable and stuff like that. But like, it's much easier in this country to be unhealthy than it is to be healthy.
That is the truth, the very sad truth. How do you wind down after a long day?
I usually just collapse. There's no winding down. You can ask my husband. I think I've fallen asleep eating something in bed that ended up on him one time. And I've fallen asleep drinking a cup of tea, and I've fallen asleep in my clothes. And I think for me, it's again, like consciously thinking about how you sleep well. So it's okay, getting in bed, not being on my phone right before I go to bed, not eating right before I go to bed, washing my face, like having a routine. Like that's had to be a conscious effort for me to do that, because it's when I come home at night, I'm almost like at my bedtime the minute I walk in the door. But I want to be like present for my kids who are usually still up and spend some time with them. But most of my routine stuff happens in the morning. So at night, it's just like come home, say hi to everyone and do that kind of stuff. And then start like thinking about how can I sleep the best instead of just falling like I usually do.
Yes. So
It doesn't sound bad.
No, but it's not good.
People struggle to sleep.
Yeah, I know. And I think that is something that people, when they come to me at the Medi Spa or at Total Health, that is a big issue for people, is sleeping. And it sounds silly to do some of those routines and stuff like that, but when you actually do it, it works. And it's like, everybody wants that one pill that's going to make them sleep. Everybody wants, I can't sleep. What can you give me to make me sleep? And it's hard. It's hard for me. You come home and I've gotten a million text messages and I haven't been on Facebook all day and I haven't answered anything on Instagram. It's so easy to just sit in the chair and do that and fall asleep. But that's not really good sleep. So it is a conscious effort to have a meditation routine and remove the screens.
Yes.
And if you're going to do something about the blue light glasses, and like there is something about reading a book versus being on your phone. And it's hard to buy into it, but it really does work.
It does, yeah.
I'm so glad you brought up your morning routine, because I love that you are an early riser like I am. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I know that's like my cherished time. Take care of me and do anything that I've left on my to-do list from the day before, or anything that I need to do while no one else needs anything. I can just bang everything out that is in front of me.
And a time where very few people will text you or call you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's very few dings on your phone. All of a sudden you got to take care of. And when you get in a good routine, it doesn't really feel bad. Like, I know there's some people that might not be morning people and they're like, how do you get up then? But once it happens, it's almost like when you're on vacation. My husband will say, can you sleep past 4 a.m.? You know, when we're on vacation. And I'm like, you just lay there in bed because your body's so used to it and everything like that. But I think I would not be the person that I am without my morning routine. It's just silly things. But if you get up, it's when you wash your face, you brush your teeth, you unload the dishwasher, throw in a few loads of laundry, feed the dogs, make my bed. It's your allotted time where you can do stuff.
Did allowed by other people. I get up just to hit my protein goals. Otherwise, I won't be able to eat that much. I get up and eat.
And it is. For me, I'm usually at the gym by 5, so I have to leave my house at 4:30. So it is about I have to think about what am I going to eat before the gym and what am I going to eat right after the gym and all that stuff. It's all like kind of this ritual of packing. Even though sometimes I'm really tired and I'm like, oh, maybe I won't go to the gym this morning. I actually feel worse because I didn't do the stuff that you know what I mean? And I didn't take my supplements. I slept. So even though you think you're doing your body better by sleeping more, I just feel off the whole day.
And it's like when you don't work out and you don't take your supplements, it's like you never really woke up for the day. Like you're still just sluggish and tired.
With that said, though, one of the things that I've had to learn, maybe because I'm getting older and I feel like I'm 35, but I'm not anymore. I'm far from 35. Maybe I'm 20. But anyway, I just, if I know I'm exhausted, I'll actually text. I work out with a few girls every morning, and we call ourselves the 5 a.m. crew. So I'll usually text them around 4:30 or something, and I'll be like, I'm not coming today. I just know if I go to the gym, my body is so exhausted that I just can't even lift the weights.
Yeah.
I just go through the motions. And it's a pretty far half an hour drive
do you
there.
Work here?
No, I work out in Ogdensburg.
Wow.
So there's a gym in Ogdensburg that's a 24-hour gym. And so we just use like a key pass to get in.
Yep.
And so we just have our routine. Like Mondays we do legs. Tuesdays we do like chest and biceps and back and biceps on Wednesdays and legs again. We have our routine of what we do. And so it's just like, it motivates me to go because if I miss it, then I'm like, I just missed legs. Oh my God, it's my favorite day to work today, But it also, you have to text somebody to say you're not going if you're not going. So you have to come up with a good excuse like, oh, I don't feel good today. Or every now and then one of us sleeps in, but it's rare for that to happen. But I think it's a great group. And I think accountability, when you're trying to really get into shape and be healthy, having someone on that journey with you is so key.
Today I wanted to sleep a little bit because it's Sunday and I didn't want to go to work today. 7 o'clock, my husband's like, your alarm is not ringing today. You didn't go to gym. You didn't get up to eat. He kept coming to my room.
What's wrong with you?
And by that time, he was done with his gym. I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm done. You should go. He made me get up.
It's a little bit of guilt, but I consider it more accountability.
But I feel good.
One of our instructors at the gym is always saying, it's not fun when you first start, but every time you finish working out, it's so good. I thank God I did that. But you don't always feel that way when you start. Not like when there's this much ice on my windshield and I've got to drive through the snow half an hour or 25 minutes to get to Ogdensburg. It's the last thing I want to do. But I use that time. I'm a big podcast person and stuff like that. So I listen to a lot of it. I love Peter Attia and I listen to the whole obesity code. And I have my authors that I'll either listen to their book on tape or some of their podcasts. And I feel like it makes that half an hour go.
Quick.
Yeah. And it's there and back. And I look forward to it. As I go into the gym, I'm like, I can't wait to get back in the car and listen to the rest. So
That's great. What is currently exciting you about your career?
I think for me, now that we have the 3 Medi spas and now this new Total Health, I think what's exciting to me is the things that are reaching out to me to do more. People are recognizing me more as an entity. So even just you guys reaching out to me, I've recently started a wellness thing with some of the correctional officers. They got a grant for wellness and stuff like that. So I have a series of lectures that I do over there. I've had some big projects reach out to me for something big in Malone and something big in Placid. So I think for me, it's I spent so many years having a vision and trying to get it off the ground. And now just the fact that people are oh, I like this vision and reaching out to me to do more with it. That's the success for me. What makes me so excited that I've gotten to this point.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It's a new era of people wanting to be healthy.
Yeah.
It's a good time to do something like this because I think people are frustrated. They're frustrated with modern medicine. And that's my main job as a surgeon. And I'm frustrated with it. And it doesn't make doctors bad. I'm still a doctor, but it means that people are changing the way that they think about things. People are taking their own health, realizing that it's not just if I go to the doctor once a year and they run labs on me or they check my blood pressure, that makes me healthy. People are buying into and investing in their own health.
Fantastic. So I'm going to sidebar here for a minute. what was going through my mind as you were saying that is I'm proud of you. And that's not something that I say very often, especially to people that I don't know that well. But not only the professional accomplishments, but the balance in your life and vibe that I'm getting from you, that it's all about being your own person. And the word that keeps coming up for me is like empowerment, but I'm not getting like that specifically as a mission from you. It's just coming so naturally. It's incredible.
I think it goes back to, like, I love to help people still. That's why I went into medicine. Still go on a medical mission once a year where I go to an underserved country and do that. And so that's like the core of my being. If I could give away everything that I do for free, I would. Ask my husband, my manager's always, we make no money when you put the prices like that. I'm like, I know, but I want people to do exercise classes with us. I didn't open this to make money on that. My business people hate me for that. I feel like getting people in the door to be healthy that's like my mission. And so if they choose to do other things that they have to pay out of pocket for and stuff like that, then that's okay. But I want everybody to have access to stuff. And to be like as inexpensive as it can. I want people to do it. I want people to love the instructors that I have at Total Health as much as I love them. I've handpicked every single one of them. I go to all their classes no matter where they are. And I try to go to a lot of the classes too, because even if I've gone to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, I still will try to get to one of the other classes because it's important. I know it works and I want people to see me there. I want to be proud of the people that are there and be like, oh, I'm so glad you came back to class and stuff like that. So it's fun. I don't feel like it's work when I'm there.
That's great. Oh my gosh. What is your most used emoji?
Probably the heart. I know that sounds so silly, but I feel like I get so many text messages from people that are just sharing their life and just like to send me like, oh, you'll be so proud of me. All my girls send me like when they meal prep, they'll show me all their meals. And I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you. I love it. Or just people write things to me that they've told me that you'd be proud of me for doing this. So I always like heart it, because I get like hundreds of text messages a day and Instagram messages and Facebook messages and emails. I think I have 28,000 unread emails. Everybody knows, if you want to get a hold of me, do not email me, because you're never going to get, we're lucky. You have to write to me twice to get. It's like people just know that texting is probably the best way to get a hold of me, because not many people have my cell phone.
We have your number.
Yeah, but they know that, and people that text me, my good friends, and like my friends that are good but not like in my circle, know that if they send me a text and they haven't heard from me, it's not offensive to send it again, like, hello, proof of life, earth to Kiri, because I just get so many. So I feel like the heart for me is something that they know I've seen it. And it's, oh yeah, I love it. So I know it's like not the most exciting one, but for me, it's like something that my friends know, like, she saw it and she approves.
That's awesome. That actually answers our next question. Do you prefer to call, text, or voice message?
Oh, definitely text. But I voice text a lot too. So all my friends also know, did you really mean that? Because I'm infamous for not reading them afterwards. And so I'll just voice text and be like, do you have any idea what you wrote back to me? And I'll be like, oh, did I really write that? That is, when you talk about, you'll always say, what are your successes? The people in my life know me that I have epic fails too. I have epic, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that, wasn't I? Like I'm definitely a last minute person. I'm like, when you text me, you may want to prepare for this, you may not want to prepare. I don't prepare for anything. I prepare for the stuff that I have to, but it is very last minute. It's like I have a lecture on Tuesday to the PA students that I have to give, and I have not done it yet. It'll get done by Tuesday at 8 a.m., but it's just, there's so many things in my life. Like, I know what time I have to allot for things, and so I'm a voice texting person, not always perfect.
That's funny. That answers our next question. Are you more of a planner or a wing-itter?
I'm an old school calendar person. Like I have a calendar where I actually write stuff on it. Because if I look at my phone, it has so many things in a day. I have no idea. Like, how do you, when you have 10 things pop up, how do you know which one's important and which one you like really have to prepare for?
Yeah.
So I have an old school, like, color coded calendar.
Oh my God, I'm loving this.
So that's how I can remember, and I highlight the things that you really got to think about this one. And so when there are things, I think about them in my brain a lot, but the actual like preparing for them is usually pretty last minute.
Okay.
I'm a kind of what you get person. So if what you get isn't what you wanted, then
Bye.
that's okay. That's all I'm capable of.
You are so chill. I like that.
What is something you wish more people knew about their bodies?
Just, I think probably about like the importance of nutrition. I think that there are so many things that I see as like a physician and stuff like that. I see people all the time that come into me for surgery stuff, like belly pains and things like that. And I look on their history and see many other like skin stuff and allergies and autoimmune kind of stuff. And they're coming into me for like belly pain. And usually because they want me to do a colonoscopy or something on them. And I'm like, I want to talk to them. I want to be like, you don't need a colonoscopy. You need to tell me what you eat. You know what I mean? There's so many disease processes and health ailments that are all tied to nutrition and what we eat and processed foods and environmental toxins and just like stuff out there. And I just think we do a really bad job in medicine of getting to those root causes. So I just wish people looked at what's in their environment and what they put into their body, put on their body before they start down the pathway of, I have this disease. Instead of just defining it as a disease, I wish they looked more into what they're truly putting into their body. And then reading labels and listening to how harmful some of the things are in sunblock, some of the fragrances and all the processed foods. I know sometimes you're on the road and you have to do things. Nobody's perfect all the time, but it really is a cause of many of the health problems that people have because your gut is the first channel of things getting into your body. So
Yes.
I wish that would be my soapbox that I could talk to everybody about.
Awesome. And when is your birthday? You can give us as much or as little information as you're comfortable with.
My birthday is at the end of April. I'm a
Okay.
Taurus. I'm not a big like zodiac person, so I don't know what that partakes in, but I guess I am a bull. I know I am very stubborn, and I guess you could ask my husband, he would agree with that. I was born in 1971, so I'm older than I wish I was, but I am trying to embrace aging.
You wonderful.
Kicking
You
and
really
screaming,
do.
and I'm trying to age gracefully. How's that?
I think you're succeeding.
Thank you.
And what question do you want us to answer?
To each of you.
It
Like-
could be group or one or
Okay.
the other, doesn't
Okay.
matter.
So I did think about that in the car on the drive over. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to ask somebody a question. I think it would be like when you were little, let's say 12 years old, if you could look at your life now, have you accomplished a lot of your dreams?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think my 12-year-old self would be disappointed that I'm not an artist. I used to love to color, and I thought that I was going to be a painter or some kind of famous artist or something. So 12-year-old me would probably be disappointed in that, and probably disappointed that I don't write as much as I did then, because I also loved writing. But 12-year-old me would be so proud to know that I am like very happily married. I just had a beautiful baby boy, and he's everything that I ever needed in life. My heart is so happy and so full of love. So yeah, 12-year-old me would be ecstatic.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Not everybody can say that.
Thanks.
How about you?
Yes, I have achieved a lot, more than I dreamt of. I grew up in a very poor family, and I have always seen my dad work so hard. So I always felt like one day I'll make this man so proud. So proud.
Your dad?
I would, yeah. Because the amount of work he used to do to support my family is just to provide the basic. And I always used to think, I will make this man so proud. And I feel like I have done that job because last weekend they were here and my dad was like, I'm so proud of you.
Aw.
And I just, that day I was realizing, oh my God, I have accomplished a lot. Because I always used to think that back then I will be a go-getter. I will never quit. And I live up with that. Like, I don't give up. I work so hard and I have accomplished more than I have done. Yeah.
I think that's so nice that you say that about your dad because I think just the other day I was thinking of those things. I feel sometimes we don't tell people or our kids how proud we are of them. You know what I mean? It's easy to go through life and see somebody else doing something and say, oh, that's so nice, or feel it but not say it. So I think the fact that he said that to you, that's awesome because I know people feel it a lot. It's just like making time to say it to people. It really fulfills you.
They came in a Thanksgiving without any plans. My siblings, my parents, and my dad is come sit with. I sat with him and I am so proud of you. Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God.
You told him how much that meant to you.
Yes.
Makes me want to go home and be like, have I told my kids I'm proud of them lately?
All right, so that is the end of rapid fire questions. Never ends up being rapid fire because we go down so many rabbit holes.
And that's a wrap on today's episode of Everyday Glow, where wellness is a journey that we take together. If something lit you up today, share it with a friend, tag us on socials, and give the show a follow so that you can get automated reminders every time a new episode drops.
And remember, your glow isn't something you chase, you choose. Moment by moment, habit by habit. We will see you next time, same place, with same sparkle.
Until then, glow
Glow
with
with
love.
love.